Introduce yourself, please.
Ryan Swan, head men's soccer coach at Drury University.
The reason I'm here to talk to Coach Swan is to kick off a series on college recruiting, and he's kind enough to join us today to talk about what it's like from his side of the desk. First off, what's your recommendation for a kid in terms of when should they start looking? You've got a nationally ranked D2 program. When does a kid need to start talking to you?
Typically we're looking at sophomores and juniors. We'll start putting out scholarship offers to kids typically in their junior year, end of their junior year. So right about now, we are in the spring of kids in their junior year. So once they're in their club season, this is when we're really making our short list of players, and we'll start putting offers.
Not for fall 2010, but for fall 2011 already.
Right.
So if they're not talking to you at this stage, they're not going to get onto this squad unless something unique happens.
Absolutely. It's very tough for us to, once you get to your senior year, if you're playing, here in Missouri and you're playing high school in the fall, we just don't have the time or the coaching staff. We don't have enough people to get out to games because we're playing twice a week. We're traveling a lot, so we don't get out to a whole lot of high school games unless it's someone local. So we're out watching a lot of games in the spring, but as the National Signing Day is, in the middle of February, we want to be done with our recruiting class hopefully by the middle of February. So our recruiting class for 2010, we've still got a couple of loose ends we're tying up, but the vast majority of that was done at the middle of this month.
Okay. And you were talking to these players, you were talking to 30 players this time a year ago.
Right. That's
narrowed down to 8 or 10
right
at this stage of the game. So it's a funnel.
Yep.
It's a sales process for them and for you.
Yeah, we go out, we're trying to find the kids that obviously we think can come in and play here at Drury University. Then do they have the academics to come in? Once we chat with them, do we think they're the right personality for this team? Do they think this is the right place for them? So, once you get in, you get your campus visits, you get the tour, you get to sit down with the coaching staff, meet the players. Then we get a really good feeling if that person would be right for us and if we'd be right for them.
All right. Yeah, you mentioned the academics, and I guess that's been one of the eye-openers for me. The soccer is not a revenue sport at any college in the country.
Right.
And so, therefore, how important does academics become?
I think it's very important. I think if you look through our squad, we had 25 guys this past year. I think all 25 are on some form of aid, whether it's athletic or academic scholarship, or a lot of them are a combination of both. Drury University costs $26,000 to go to. It's a pretty expensive school, so parents are looking for ways to make that affordable. We have 8.5 scholarships that we have to distribute between the whole team. So if you can get academic aid to go along with it goes a long way to making this an affordable option.
To help it for the player who dreams of playing in college, as well as for you as the coach, and the quality of the team.
That's right. And one of our proudest things from this past season was winning the NSCAA Team Academic Award. You got to maintain a cumulative 3.0 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
I think our guys were at 3.27 last year. So we put a lot of emphasis on strong academics here at Drury. Our incoming class last year, I think, was around about a 3.6 GPA and 25-26 ACT. So
right, quality private school, quality program. You have to have both sets of skills.
Absolutely.
How does a player stand out for you? How does a player get you to sit up and notice them? Say they're a sophomore or a junior.
Well, I think the first thing is just making contact with us. Letting them know that they have an interest in Drury University, and I would recommend.
Who's making that contact?
The kids are making.
The player themselves,
right,
not their parents.
If a parent contacts me, that tells me that the parent would like their kid to go to Drury University. We'd like to find the right fit of a player or student athlete wanting to come here.
Okay.
So you do a little bit of research, find the schools that you're interested in. I think give yourself a spectrum. So there'll be a lot of people who would love to play at Indiana University or SLU. So go ahead and contact them, but also maybe contact teams around here at Drury University, maybe contact some Division 3s, some NAIs, so you're getting a good feel for all the different levels of school.
So find some schools you think you might like first and foremost, contact the coach directly. What about a video? I've had parents approach me about doing videos. How important has a video been for you? And how long have you been here at Drury now?
This is my 4th year at Drury. we've got 1,500 videos over here in our storage area. Videos are fine for giving us an impression, so I recognize you when I come and watch you, but we don't make any scholarship offers, and we don't offer any roster spots based on a video. We really like to get it to see a kid play. So it is fine as an introduction, but it's very difficult for us to get a read on the competition level for even the team that you're playing with. So we much rather see them.
So a nice letter that they've written themselves with picture enclosed is more than sufficient to open up the conversation.
The most common thing that we get is either a letter in the mail, or even just if it's an email with your player profile sheet attached. Is also a good one, and that give me an idea. Let me know where you're from, who you play for, your GPA, have you taken the ACT.
If you're playing for a club, a player profile sheet is a pretty standard thing,
right,
that is then usually bundled into showcase events and tournaments.
Exactly.
Which goes to the other point. Where do you tend to see these players play? Do you see them play as high school players very often, or does it tend to be on their club side?
The vast majority of our recruiting is done in the spring and summer season, so a lot of it's club.
Which in the state of Missouri in particular is club, but you're going outside of Missouri as well.
Exactly, yeah. So there's a lot of, we'll go to a lot of regional college showcase tournaments, but we'll also kind of go throughout the nation. My assistant Dustin All was down in Florida for Disney Showcase. I was down in Phoenix for a showcase there. We'll go to all the regional, national tournaments throughout the spring here. We don't go to a whole lot of high school games. I'll go watch the local teams. I watched Springfield Catholic, Kickapoo, Glendale, several times this fall because it worked with my schedule. I didn't have to travel too far. Beyond that, I wait till we get to the playoff season in high school, and I'll go up to St. Louis typically for the Final Four.
Recruiting services. There's a lot of folks out there saying that they're going to get a kid signed. Have you signed any kids via recruiting service? Do you have some general thoughts?
I think that they're good as far as maybe getting your name out, and you can express an interest through these services, and the service will contact me, tell you're interested. It's more or less the same job though that you could do on your own, and just contact me on your own. Again, I wouldn't offer a scholarship based on the recommendations of anyone other than my coaching staff or people that I know and trust.
Which means watching them play.
Exactly.
Which can occur potentially at a high school team if they're local, more than likely at a showcase throughout the nation,
right,
as you've described, or the summer camps. Do you work summer camps?
Yeah, I think summer camps are a great way to go visit universities you're interested in. I typically work a couple of Division I camps during the course of the summer if I know the coaches and I know strong players will be going there. We host a camp here, so that's a good opportunity for kids to go visit, kind of get an intimate setting, get a campus tour, meet the coaches. Typically you get to meet some of the players at the school, and hopefully you're going to get exposed to several different levels of coaching. A lot of the big camps will offer Division I, II, III and NAIA coaches all there.
So a kid should reach out, share their club showcase schedule with you, and then they should inquire about your plans for the summer, because there may be a camp that they could attend and sort of kill two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
Get seen by you as well as get to see that particular campus or some other coaches that are there.
Right. And I think one of the key things you said there was, don't just contact me the week before a big tournament and let me know you're playing, because we literally get 100, 150 emails before some of the major tournaments, like Muscatine up in Iowa. I had 150 kids contact me in the weeks leading up to that. You're much better to give me, here's my high school season, I'll be playing with this club in the spring, and as your schedule is announced, give me that, because there's a very good chance that either myself or one of the other coaches here will be at one of those tournaments or games.
Or somebody in your network, which you've established in the NSCAA, that'll give you a fair assessment.
Exactly, and there's a number of coaches that I know that are coaching high school or club, or even some of the college coaches. I'll talk to and I'll say, hey, have you seen this kid play, or was he at your camp? What can you tell me about him? And if it's someone that I know and trust and we've used throughout the years, then I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, well, so the key is contact you directly. There's no need for a service.
Right.
Be proactive and keep the grades up.
That's it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Steve.